Hello, welcome. My name is Cherokee Boos. I'm here to help you through the AZ-103 exam, and that's the exam that will award you the Microsoft Azure Administrator role. So things have been changing a little bit in Microsoft, and we see these role-based certifications now. And also, previously, there were two exams, the AZ-100 and the AZ-101. Microsoft aggregated those two exams, well, to have our 103 exam. So throughout this course, we're going to be taking a look and talking about all the things that we need to really make us successful and obtain this certification. So let's take a look at my screen and we'll walk through, well, what those look like. So I really like the layout that Microsoft provides here because not only does it tell you what we're going to learn, so we're going to be learning things like how to manage cloud services that span across storage, security, networking, and compute capabilities. They also say that you'll have a deep understanding of each service across the full IT lifecycle and be able to take requests for infrastructure services, applications, and environments. So what does that all mean? Well, we're going to be learning a lot here. Like I said, this was two exams. They've merged it into one, so just be prepared. I'm here to help you through this process. Don't forget that you have the IT Pro TV forums available at your disposal as well, and I will provide you with additional resources here. It is important to note that this exam does require some prerequisites. So you have to have some working knowledge of PowerShell, the command line interface, Azure Portal, ARM templates, operating systems, virtualization, cloud infrastructure, storage structures, and networking. If there's something on this list that you're not familiar with, don't let it scare you away. Like I said, we're going to be covering a lot, and I will give you plenty of resources to make sure you are successful here, so don't worry about that. Currently, this exam is approximately $168 US. That may change depending on when you're watching this video. And one thing to note, that Azure is such a dynamic platform that at the time of this recording, the interface may look slightly different or, just different icons or something like that, but they're always working to improve the platform. So let's just focus on those core competencies here. And talking about those skills measured, I've actually created a PowerPoint to put them into, well, a beautiful pie chart because why not? Let's take a look at those here. We have the majority of the topics equally dispersed, with the weight being most heavily in configure and manage virtual networks. So that's going to be pretty important in terms of passing that exam. However, we will look at additional domains such as manage Azure subscriptions and resources, implement and manage storage, deploy and manage virtual machines, as well as managing identities. So as you can imagine, there is a lot to, I'll show you the entire objective list here. So these are the 5 domains that I just spoke about, but really broken down into an itemized format outlining each one of those objectives that you need to know. And my recommendation is to use this particular objective list as your checklist. As soon as you learn a technology, cross it off. And when you're done with that, then sit a practice exam. We have practice exams here at IT Pro TV. We also have hands-on labs. But if you don't want to utilize those resources, Microsoft also has labs that are in line with this particular learning, and they're free. So right here on the same landing page, you can access those as long as you have a Microsoft account. And where did I grab that full list of domain objectives? Well, right here under the download exam skills outline. So there are a lot of resources just off the bat. In this show, I reference Microsoft Docs tremendously because, while books are great, they're not able to keep up with the current changes that Azure has, the cadence that they're being released at now. So I find more value looking at Microsoft Docs because that information gets updated more frequently. But if you are a bookworm like myself, the Microsoft exam refs are always a great place, in my opinion, to help assist and supplement your learning here. So I always like to encourage different avenues or to find whatever works for you. But I will say one thing that's very important for this exam. In this exam, you will actually be sitting at a system, not just, thinking about rote memorization. You're not just answering questions, memorization type questions, or multiple choice type questions. You'll be given scenarios and access to a real Azure tenant and be asked to perform certain duties. So whether you choose to use the Azure Portal, Azure CLI, or Azure PowerShell, that's up to you. You do have a designated time frame that you will need to satisfy. So just keep that in mind. Whichever way you feel most comfortable with and are the fastest. And you know what? If you've never used Azure CLI or Azure PowerShell, then start in the portal. It's a great place to really practice and just kind of level up those skills. Be aware that the Azure PowerShell will require, in order to use Azure PowerShell, you can't just run your regular PowerShell instance. You will need to utilize the Azure modules for that. So I think that's a really good place to get started here. I'm excited. And remember, you're not alone through this journey. We're here to help. If you have any questions, please just feel free to reach out. You've got this.